Hi guys, it's Rachel back again. I just had to say something. I just did my giveaway video and I posted it up for the winners, and then I went through my subscriber list and I couldn't find any of them. So please, if you have a private subscription, it needs to be public for me to see if you are subscribed, because that was one of the conditions of the draw. So if you can please contact me, and if I maybe don't hear from you in the next day or two, just a notification for everyone. If I don't hear from them, I will be redrawing. So let's get on to the last two journals that I'll probably have for a little while, because I am madly preparing for next week. So I love these books. I bought them in Australia. I found them on a road trip with my mum driving up, and my daughter Lulu. She's here with me. Say hello.
Hi.
Everybody likes your participation. Yeah, we bought them. What did we do, Lulu? Did Mummy drive you mad?
Yes. Every time we went by our antique store or like
a bric-a-brac shop.
Yeah. Every time we went by with the car, she was like, "Oh, let's stop there." And there was so many.
And we didn't stop at all of them. That one I remembered though, because I saw it going up, and then I came at Umara, I don't know how you say it.
Umara.
And then I remembered, and we stopped, and it was fabulous. Two old wares stores together. Anyway, I got lots of vintage doilies there and these fabulous books. So they're quite special to me, and I was thinking of keeping them for the market, but they are so beautiful, I think I have to sell them on Etsy. I probably won't be putting them in my shop until quite a bit later, as I've got a bit to do, but I'm putting my video up now. And I actually finished them a couple of days ago, but I love them so much I just had to have them hanging around for a bit longer. So this is the first one, The Plucky Patrol. So this is the cover here, and it did have they did have little oval images on the cover, but they were kind of ruined and dull, and so I preferred to put one of my images, but I didn't want to cover all of this lovely bit here. So I kept the covers to a minimum just because they're so beautiful. And they have 4 signatures. And so let's look inside. Ooh, love this page. So here we've got one of my journaling cards that I made, and just a pocket, and then another journaling card. And I'll just quickly flip through. So lots of tuck spots and pockets, and just, my normal sort of style. So the Plucky Patrol, I think it's from the 1920s. So we'll see that in a second. This is from a children's book, an Italian children's book. This is a Tim Holtz die cut that I just stitched onto the flip out, which I love that. Do you like that, Lulu?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. That's something new that I've been doing.
I love flowers.
This is, I'm having a blank. Tsunami Rose. I think so. Tsunami Rose, not Tim Holtz. Just some old botanicals.
I love flowers.
One of the images from the book. I probably could have put that in as a flip out rather than fold it, but sometimes my brain doesn't think of things. So some more. Oh, that's one of my tags. Then just a journaling card. That's from Vintage Ephemera Garden. So this is another flip out here. Just going quickly because they're quite big, and I don't want to be here all day. I want to keep you here all day. So that's a bifold from Tsunami Rose. Some William Morris. This is Stamperia paper. I just love it. Another journaling card and a Tim Holtz little tuck spot that I stitched on. So I did more stitching in this book than the other ones, these journals I should say. Just one of my collagey sort of pages that I do in the computer. Tuck spot here. Geography map. Arty maze. It's hard remembering everything. Oh, this is just a little. So basically here what I did was I folded over some scrapbooking paper, made a pocket here and made a pocket behind. And I'm writing.
Oh, I love that.
Love that. Yeah, that's a detail from a chateau or a villa somewhere. Little tuck spot there. just some writing. This is very heavy quality paper here. Very heavy, the original paper in the book. So that's from Nostalgia Graphic Land. Just some old ephemera printed on tea-dyed paper, tuck spot with a tag and a journaling card. And some more, I think they came from the New York Public Library. Some William Morris washi tape. Just flicking through quietly. You're very quiet, Lulu. Some old music paper. Lulu doesn't know what to do with herself. In Italy, they have incredibly long summer holidays from about the 7th of June until the 17th of September, and she is now at the stage where she doesn't know what to do with herself. She can't wait to go back to school. One of my printables. And so she's asking me, what creative thing should I do, Mummy? Is that right?
Yeah.
What do you feel like doing?
I don't know. I don't really feel like drawing today.
Oh, one of my postcards. What's the date on that post? Oh, I can't read it. Can't read it.
Oh, can I see?
Oh, you won't be able to read it. Have a look. Can you read that?
54?
No, I don't think so.
That's 54.
Yeah, but no, that's not it. It's there.
Over there.
Yeah, can't read it.
No.
I think it was pretty old, that one. So, some more Tsunami Rose. This is just a flip out. So sorry, Lulu, what did you feel like doing? That's just folded over so you can journal on there.
I don't really feel like drawing.
You don't feel like drawing?
No.
That's unusual for you, flip out.
It's actually not unusual. I never
No, you don't feel like doing much at all lately, do you?
Yeah.
What about your Spanish homework?
I don't really like doing Spanish homework.
Oh, this is one of my photographs that I took when I went into Lago Maggiore. And I just did a collage sort of thing in design. And then this is just a piece of scrapbooking paper. I love that. I think this was Kaiser
it's
paper.
Pretty.
It's a little
I
piece
took a
that I
photo
had
of
left.
that one.
Yeah, I love that. So I just stitched it on both sides. So it's double tuck spot. This is a journaling card that I made ages ago that I've been hanging on to, and that's because I love it. It's now time to let it go.
I could do some cooking.
What do you want to cook?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not going to cook pancakes, are
No,
you?
I don't feel like
I have to do even
pancakes.
more exercises in the morning.
I'm sick of
So this is
pancakes.
one of my printables. Oh, I'm not. I'd never be sick of pancakes. And you're so good at making them.
Thank you.
I love pancakes. Pancakes are the best.
I like crepes more.
No, I like pancakes more. So this is from a school textbook. This is one of my printables, just in a little tuck spot. Getting distracted. That is Vintage Ephemera Garden. I think that's the bee one that she has. I can't remember what it's called. Which I really love, but I really haven't used it that much. That's one of my doilies that I have. I think I've already got that in one of my printables. I love that. It's really pretty. Like I don't know that I'd use it in my sewing because it's so bold, but I love it as a printable. Isn't that funny? Edith Holden page. One of my little tags that I recently made. I think I made it on one of my videos. So lots of places to write. As I always say, I keep them kind of semi-empty so that way... oh, isn't that pretty? That's Tsunami Rose. I need to go and print some more. And because I've got to make... I literally have got to make 10 more journals for the market.
10?
Yeah, well, I've only got 4. I sold them all. And these ones I don't want to send to the market. I don't want to put them on Etsy because they're too lovely. I need to share them. So that's another journaling card that I made. And that's just a Stamperia paper. Yes. And I backed it with some old paper there. So that's the first one. Then the second one is an adventurous schoolgirl. So this is the cover. Again, I didn't want to cover up the cover too much because it was so pretty. I love all of this. And inside I have one of my bags that I stamped on. I folded it over because it was really too long, and I made a pocket. So there's a pocket there at the front. Pull that one up so it's pretty. And then there's a tag, a journaling sort of card with some lace there and beautiful old book page on the back. And then that's, yes, I made this a pocket as well. Ha, very tricky. So I just put some Tim Holtz paper in there for you to do something with. So that's a pocket there as well with that image. And I think that's a Mrs. Cog, and that's a Mrs. Cog image. And now this is gorgeous. This was in the beginning of the book. So this has been given to someone. Third class prize. Oh, a third class prize. Isn't that gorgeous? And it was only a single page, so I couldn't, sew it in. So I just washi taped it in so that whoever gets it gets that gorgeous thing. And I didn't even scan it. I forgot to scan it. Anyway, it's yours. You can scan it. So I'm trying to find the date. 1921, new edition 1930. And it's the same with the other one as well. I just didn't, I don't know if I found that in the other. I think it was 1926 or something like that.
Well, the same, similar, but the same brand.
Yes, they're the same publishers. So there we go. There's the map. That's a nice one. Got a full page in that one. And just some journaling cards here and there. I like to put a few things for people to play with. In most tuck spots or pockets, I'll try to put something. Occasionally, I don't. If I clip it on the same page, like over here, because it looks pretty, then I might not necessarily put one in the tuck spot. Plenty of plain pages. A lady was asking advice about where to put things on one of my videos. I'm not really an expert. But I just tend to put things in randomly a little bit. So if there's an image here, unless there's something that I have that looks particularly pretty there, I'll leave that empty. And then when I have like a page like this or like this where there's not much, I will put something there. That's how I decide it anyway. So that's a cute bunny image, public domain image, and I just put some really old book page, and this is gorgeous wrapping paper that I bought at, what's that place called?
Which one?
Barrel, it's called. Oh, Dirty Jane's.
Oh,
Everybody goes
Dirty
there.
Jane's.
It's amazing. If you ever go down to Barrel, just outside of Sydney, it's amazing. Dirty Jane's. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, these are some original images from the book. Yes, Lulu?
When you go to Dirty Jane's, make sure to eat the roses scones.
Scones. They have rose scones. Lulu would just have that for lunch. She was in heaven. Rose scones, and then you'd have a herbal tea, wouldn't you, Lulu?
Yeah, that's delicious.
So that's a Tim Holtz die cut on a flip out. That's one of the pages from the flora from our area. A tuck spot with a few little bits and pieces in. One of my old postcards, yes. And then this is an envelope. Just pin there. You can put that wherever you like. One of my printables. Another little tag or card, a journaling card that I made. A little stitched on pocket. And that's just glued on. There's not a tuck spot. It's just decorative. Little page. Some writing. And journaling card. This is just a double tag. Like I think I showed it. And I've just pinned it there. So you can decide what to do, whoever purchases it. If anybody purchases it, here's a tag. Another tuck spot. I've put quite a bit in these, quite a bit of little areas. Another tuck spot. Well, they're big, aren't they? They have a lot of pages. They took me a while.
I really like the inside of that one as well.
Yeah, I love. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So pretty.
My favourite cover is that one.
I'm a bit overtired, guys. So if anybody wants to know the papers to my capabilities, don't step on the sewing machine foot. It'll go because it's on. Do you want to turn it off just in case you make a mistake? I can't. I'm just having a bit of a mind blank. I can't remember things. So, but anyway, if you particularly want to know something, I'll do my best to let you know somehow. So I mean, I keep saying the same names because I bought kits from Screech Owl Studio, Mind Barity, Nostalgia Graphic Land, Artie Mays, and Tsunami Rose are my main ones that I really like at the moment. I've just bought some new ones. I can't remember, TLC Creations, so I'm going to be using those in my some of my journals for market, and they're really pretty papers, so I'm very excited to use something new. So probably when you see my next journals, they'll have some new things mixed into them. Oh, this is one of my old postcards. I love it when I write on the front and they're black and white and they've all this writing. And this has a date. No, it doesn't. That's not the date. Or is it? 1915? Would I want to say 1915?
27:49. No.
27/4?
9.
Or is that a 1?
That looks like a 4.
I don't know. Anyway, it's old. Music paper, botanical image. I can't remember where I got that one from. I did find a whole lot of illustrations from the 17 and 1800s that are in the public domain, so that was pretty exciting. Another little Tim Holtz flippy-uppy thing.
Flippy-uppy.
I'm tired. A journaling card. So this is just on Tim Holtz paper, so the back is like that, so you can write on it. And I love this illustration that I found. It's gorgeous. I love those colours together.
Yeah, it's nice.
And this is a tag. Oh, see, it's got my printable on the back, then this image of a lady in a big dress. See that, Lulu? And that washi. I think I mentioned that in another video. And then that's the one where I fold it. It's not washi. She, I think it's like it looks like a wallpaper border. And this lady on Etsy has scanned them in and made them like in strips, like in the digital file, so they're like a washi tape. So it's kind of like a trim washi tape sort of thing. And you have to use glue. And then I put my doily on the back as well. I love that tag. In fact, I hung on to it for quite a while. So these journals are getting, because I've pretty much exhausted my supplies of handmade ephemera. These journals have received some of my favourite bits and pieces that I was hanging on to. Isn't that terrible? So that's just glued down there. This paper is from, I want to say, or it's is it the 1801 book or is it the 1826 book?
I don't know.
Anyway, they're pretty old, aren't they? Oh, you can see I've really had it. Oh, here we go. This is another little idea. Just this opens out, so you could put pictures in there. You could put some writing paper in there, and then I made it a pocket behind as well. And I love that tag. That's so pretty, very pretty. And then that's just some. That's one of my digital kits that I got from someone that I just printed out smaller. And there's some smaller pages there. Oh, this is never ending, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never ending. Took a while to make all the holes and sew in the pages. So some more. Oh, here we go. Like that's a vintage ephemera garden. I just printed it smaller so you could write there. And almost too tired to speak. Another tuck spot here. I think this is from Nostalgia Graphic Land, and these are meant to be for soaps, but I like them as, you know, page borders or tuck spots or that sort of thing. And then that's hers as well. And then we have another big pocket here, tag that I made, and just some journaling cards. So that is that journal. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, I went to the antique markets the other day, and everybody's been asking me for hemp with stripes. Now, I bought a roll of this, and it's quite expensive because I've washed it all. It's quite hard to come by. So I'm going to have 9 pieces available, and they're more or less 1 yard cuts. They could be a little bit less, but it's very rare to find it. Now, the only funny thing about this hemp is, see, this is in the weave. You can see it's in the weave, the colour. It's not just painted on, but there's all these sort of marks on it. So some pieces have more, some pieces have less. Like this one has a bit more, but I still like it. So I was thinking, like this one has it down here, but kind of adds to its personality. It's the most beautiful texture. I have washed it, no colour ran. So it's not, possibly when they first made it in the 1930s or 40s, the coloured thread wasn't colour fast or something like that, and it ran or got wet. While it was in a new roll, it has never been used, so possibly where they stored it, got wet. I don't know. But it has these funny things. But I have washed it, and I promise no colour ran when I washed it. So I've got 9 pieces available. I am keeping a bit of it, some for me, and possibly some to put into my fabric packs. And so some bits have more stripes on them and some don't. So
It's
this
so
one has...
pretty.
I know, it's really pretty. I don't mind. Some people don't mind. Some people do mind this sort of thing. One lady told me she embraces the marks. So I actually really like this, and I think this would be like, it's big enough and what the perfect width, I think, to make like a market bag from it, even, or to use it as in your journals would be wonderful. You could make a pillow. I mean, here you can embroider on top of it. I was speaking to Mum today. She said if you just did a whole lot of rows of cantha stitching across it, it would blend in. You can collage some fabric over here and there, so it kind of diminishes. I mean, it's really, to me, is not a problem. It's very old. It adds to its character. So, as I said, I'm only going to have 9 available. So I'm just showing them all just for transparency so everybody can see what's happened here. But that's what it's happened originally, because this was literally in a roll that had never been opened. It was stitched closed, the roll. So yeah, some pieces have more stripes, some have less, and a couple of pieces. I got 2 rolls. They're pretty much the same. I think they're probably made by the same person. So this is gorgeous as well. This is hemp. This is hand woven cotton. So it's exactly the same. It's just cotton, and it's very soft. I've washed this one as well, and it's very textural. The hemp is textural, but so is this cotton. I think you can see it. And so I'll be offering it in. It'll be just random. If you purchase it, it'll be random what you receive. But as I said, I'm keeping some for myself so I can use it, and maybe a little bit might slip into packs here and there if I need to. So that is all. Any other ideas to do with this lovely hemp? You like it, Lulu?
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It is pretty, isn't it? Doesn't matter about the weird
You could
stamping
make a
that
quilt
they've
with
done. Well, you could make, but it would be pretty heavy as a quilt. I think you could make pillows. You can make a throw, but you need a lot to make a throw. As I said, the Italians, you can. I have lots of hemp sheets and things that they just sleep under. Also, the other thing about this that's interesting, you can't see it in the camera because it's too close. It's about 38 centimeters wide. So and you can see it's hand woven. It's kind of wonky on the edges, so you can see there. And that was just the width of the loom that they used when they wove it. So yeah, so that's already in my shop, and the journals will be going into my shop later today. I've photographed them, but I can't do what's I'm so tired. Edit the photographs, so I'll do it later. So if you don't see them in my sold section, I haven't put them up yet. Okay, so anyway, please contact me regarding the giveaway. I need to see if those who won are subscribed and have subscribed, and otherwise I will be redrawing, and I'm going to go because I cannot speak. I'm too tired. Okay, thank you for listening to me babble. Bye.